kind of the whole package, everything.
Yeah, I think it's everything that you think and you hope for in a freshman, but rarely does it happen. You know, it's hard to do, but, you know, we told him when we were recruiting him that he'd have to come earn it, and he's done that. He's worked extremely hard. He's, you know, studied hard. He's paid attention to the details, and he just kind of made a seamless transition and kind of fit in with the team, and it's been pretty cool to see.
Have you had to stay on him? Pretty
Always.
much,
He's still a freshman. I mean, I'm still on him. You know, he does a lot of things well, but there's so much he can improve on. I think that's my main thrust with him is just keep working hard. You know, every day you can get a little better. Pick one thing, whether it's your footwork, whether it's your releases, whether it's catching the ball, and that's the thing that's exciting, as he does have a lot of room for improvement, and you know, he's willing to work at it.
You're still pretty young, coach. I mean, that's quite a chat. He's a kid that played at a small school, didn't really play too much wide receiver, and
Right.
for him to, I mean, not to pat your own self in the back or whatever, but I mean, what was kind of your approach with getting him to this level?
I think, first of all, it wasn't just me. It was a lot of guys in this building. I mean, I think I probably talked to him more than anybody, but Coach Rudolph, Coach Chris, Coach Bollinger, I mean, we had all hands on deck. And I think you just, you know, you tell him exactly what's going to be expected. You tell him what he can expect, and you just paint a picture. You give him a vision, you know, and he believed of what we were saying and what our vision is for Pitt and where we want to take this football program. And if you like a challenge and if you're a competitor, then you come on board and let's go get this thing right. And he accepted that challenge.
He's been really coachable in that regard.
Absolutely. You know, he's pretty locked in, pretty sharp. You know, I think he has a great memory, and he gets it in terms of you don't have to keep repeating things over and over. So that's why you see the production on the fields. He's able to pick up the playbook. Not only that, the details that I throw at him, Coach Chris, Coach Bollinger, Coach Rudolph, all the guys on the offensive side, everybody have a lot of details in the offense, and he's been able to grasp those and go out and execute it, not just comprehend it in the classroom.
And with Devin, I mean, has he taken, you know, the steps that you would expect a fifth-year senior to take at this point in his career?
Absolutely. I think Devin's made tremendous strides since we've been here. I think back to the first winter and spring, he's a totally different player and a totally different person. He's really matured. And again, I stay on him. He has a lot of room for improvement as well. But the thing that you like about Devin is he's stepping up in the moments when the senior should step up. You know, like the game against Notre Dame, huge play. You know, and not only did he catch the ball, he broke a tackle and took it to and dove in the end zone. You know, that's a desire that you want your upperclassmen to take the lead when the game's in the balance like that. And he's been great with the young guys. You know, him and Tyler have really formed, I think, a genuine bond. And I think Devin's happy and genuinely so for his success, and he wants to see Tyler do well. At the same time, he's a competitor, and he wants to do well, and that's healthy for the room.
How do you think Devin's skill set will carry over to the next level?
I'm sorry?
How his skill set carry over to the next level?
He's tall. You know, he can run. He's got good hands. You know, it's hard to judge how guys make that transition, you know, from this level to the next. But I think he has all of the attributes. You know, I think he has a desire to be good and to go to the next level and do well. You know, we'll see. But I think his skill set will transfer fine if he just goes in there and he stays the course and works and continues to study and do all of the things that made him successful at this level.
How much tape do you show yourself to your receivers? Tyler said
None. I mean, they may Google some stuff or some highlights. I think it's a couple ancient footages out there. But, you know, it's really about them at this point. You know, I pull up some stuff here and there just to show them a route or show them a release. But mostly I show them other guys, you know, from the NFL. You know, try to really focus on the guys that I saw do it really well at a high level. You know, Jerry Rice, and you look at the guys that are playing now, a guy like Andre Johnson, you know, a guy like Greg Jennings, who just went over to Minnesota, and they can see our offense as a pro-style offense. So they can look at these guys and see them work the same releases. They can see them run the same routes. And it energizes the meeting. I know I get boring at times. I got to keep them on edge somehow.
You played well into your 30s. Do you think of yourself as being a cerebral,
I had to be. Look at me. Short and slow. I had to have something going for me. I mean, I love that part of the game. I think that, and that's when you become older, you appreciate that. You know, when you're young, you're really trying to get by on a lot of athletic ability. But, you know, I had some good coaches that made me understand the importance of, you know, really grasping the defense and how they were trying to defend you. So You know, the older I got in my career, the more I appreciated that and what the coaches were able to help me do.
Did you always want to be a coach, or did you always think you were going to be a coach?
I thought I did for a long time, but I wasn't sure how. You know, you think one thing, you retire, and things change. But took a year off, and it's something that I had a desire to do. You know, I had a football camp for quite a while when I was playing. And that's one of the things I enjoyed is going out and coaching and working with the kids. You know, blessed to be able to do it as a profession.
When your records got broke last week, do you keep track of that? Or you
Let them keep falling, man. Good for the kids. Let them play. You know, I heard about it. Obviously, I don't get to see much film outside of our game planning and our games and a couple of highlights. But what I've seen him play a couple of times, and I've seen some film, and he seems like a talented guy. You know, I thought he had good athleticism. He caught the ball well. He attacked the ball, and he seemed pretty fast. So, you know, you like to see guys go out and have success like that. And I look at it as, you know, it's a legacy that was left there by Kenny Jackson, by O.J. McDuffie, by myself, by Brian Johnson, by all of the guys that came before him, and he's just adding to that legacy.
It's a different game now, a lot bigger numbers now. It's hard to measure, you know, who's better, or who's, you know.
Yeah, I
lot more
don't.
passing.
That's the age-old. Can this guy play in this decade? Can this guy play in that era? You know, I think we all know good football. You know, I think he's a good football player.
Anything else?